you're asking each other, what should we do tonight? Or where can we go get something to eat that's good but new? Or someone might say that they want to do something outdoors and maybe learn something new. Well, have you guys ever considered Washington, D.C.? Today I'm going to show you why you should spend a day or a night in Washington, D.C. Because not only is there dining and nightlife, but the city itself is encompassed with historical facts that mold the foundation of this country, which is a must-see. So, you and your friends want to make plans to get something to eat somewhere, like I said, new and cool. But when you go to D.C., you want to watch out for the restaurants that use fancy words if you're trying to maintain a tab, because words like rustic or historic or colonial, most likely you're going to end up paying for the atmosphere rather than the quality of the food. There are so many mom and pop stores in Washington, D.C. that are going known. Like, for instance, Uncle Ben's Chili Bowl is one of the oldest and satisfying places to eat. It's located right off U Street, and they've been dishing out chili to celebrities since 1958. So, we all know that Washington, D.C. is known for their nightlife. It is filled with dance clubs, live music clubs, tons of bars, and even for the singers, there's a couple karaoke bars in there. Now, for the ones that aren't 21, who can't get into some of these bars, don't worry, because there's more than a handful of clubs that are 18 and over. Just make sure that you don't wash the X's off your hands and try to grab the wristband, because it won't end up good. I know some of you are probably saying that going to clubs is expensive and, you might not have that much money, but most of these clubs offer websites where you can get free admission passes, and the more people you bring, the better. And for the girls that are 21 and over, all you have to do is show up to the club before 11 o'clock, and most likely you'll get open bar. So you won't have to spend a thing. So this weekend, get a group of friends together, go club hopping, and remember, if you drink too much, there's always a cab around the corner. Obviously, we know that Washington, D.C. is filled with history. But did you know that in 1971, a gentleman called Charles Pierre L'Enfant, who happened to be a Freemason, laid out the governmental center of Washington, D.C., and he planned more than just the streets, roads, and buildings. He had symbols. The symbols that he created have a certain occult, magical layout. When these symbols are united together, they become one large luciferic symbol. These symbols are also known as the goat head. If you visit the Post Office Pavilion, which is one of the most highest points in Washington, D.C., you'll be able to see these 4 points. These 4 points represent the elements of the world: fire, water, air, and earth. And for the 5th point, which happens to be pointing right directly to the White House, it represents the spirit of Lucifer. So when you're in D.C. witnessing all of these interesting facts, make sure you get to know the metro, the bus station, and the subway. That way you won't have to spend an arm and a leg on cab fare, and you won't have to deal with the traffic. So, like I said, if you're hungry, take a trip to Washington, D.C. and experience the diverse food it has to offer. If you want to plan a fun night, grab a group of friends, but don't forget your ID, and party at the bars and clubs responsibly. Lastly, if it's a nice day outside, why don't you grab a pair of your most comfortable walking shoes and witness what the history and the secret symbols that Washington, D.C. is filled with.